I heard my wife's book club plotting to ruin me, so I secretly recorded the whole thing. I was under the kitchen sink, replacing our leaking faucet while my wife, Sienna, hosted her monthly book club in the living room. They couldn't see me, but I could hear them. At first, it was harmless chatter about the book and random gossip. Then her best friend Celeste said, "So when are you finally leaving him?" I froze with the wrench in my hand. Sienna sighed and said, "Soon." Then she added, "Dad's lawyer is setting it up." She said, "We'll claim he hurt me. He had an affair, and he's hiding money." One of the women said, "But he seems nice." And Sienna laughed. "Nice doesn't pay for Europe or designer bags," she said. I married potential and got a dud. Instead of jumping out, I pulled out my phone and started recording. Her sister Emma said, "You need proof, so start fights, push his buttons, and get him loud on video." Sienna said, "I'm already recording him, and I can edit audio to make him sound worse." Then she put her mom on speaker. Her mom asked, "Did you move the money yet?" "Tomorrow," Sienna said. "I'll move 47,000 from the joint account to mine because he's so trusting." They started listing steps like it was a checklist. Makeup bruises, staged photos, and a story about me hiding business money. Sienna bragged her dad's connections would help her take most of my construction company. When they drifted back to the book, I finished the faucet and walked out like nothing happened. I told Sienna I had to run to the hardware store and left through the back door. In my truck, my hands shook so bad I almost dropped my phone. I called the bank, changed passwords, turned on alerts, and asked what I could do to protect my accounts. I did the same for my business accounts, then called my best friend Thomas and told him I needed help fast. Thomas came over that night and I played the recording for him in the garage. We made copies, saved it to 2 drives, and wrote down the exact time and date it happened. I dug up bank statements and put them in a folder because I knew they'd try to twist numbers. The next day, Sienna kept asking weird questions, like how much my next job would pay and where I keep client contracts. I gave short answers and moved my business laptop out of the house before she could touch it. Monday, Sienna started the fights right on schedule. First it was a dish, then a sock, then the way I ate breakfast. She kept stepping closer, raising her voice, waiting for me to snap. When I didn't, she changed tone and tried to corner me in the hallway. She jabbed my chest with one finger and said, "Say something back. Do you even care?" I put my hands up and said, "Move, please," and walked around her. She followed me with her phone held low, screen facing out like she was filming without making it obvious. Around lunch, I got a bank alert. Transfer from our joint account, $47,000. I took screenshots, saved the notice, and sent copies to a private email. That night, she tried harder. She slammed cabinets, knocked a cup off the counter, and yelled, "Look what you made me do!" Then she stepped into my space like she wanted me to grab her arm so she could scream about it. I stepped back, kept my voice flat, and said, "I'm not touching you." Her eyes flicked to her camera again, angry that I wouldn't play my part. Tuesday, she switched tactics and acted sweet. She made steak, lit candles, wore the anniversary dress, and smiled too hard. Halfway through, she said, "My dad wants to invest in your company and help you grow." Then she slid a paper across the table and said it was just a simple plan for the future. I pushed it back and said, "Not tonight." Her smile twitched, but she forced it back up and changed the subject. This morning, I stepped out of the shower and saw her holding my phone, scrolling like a thief. I said, "Give me that." She whipped around and started yelling, "Why are you hiding things? And who are you talking to?" I saw her own phone pointed at me. She was recording again. I took a slow step back and said, clear and calm, "You can stop," because I heard everything. She blinked. "Heard what?" I pulled out my phone, opened the file, and hit play. Her voice filled the room. "I'll move 47,000 from the joint account to mine because he's so trusting." Then Emma's voice, "Start fights and get him loud on video." Sienna's face went pale. The yelling died instantly. She reached for my phone and I stepped away. "Don't touch me," I said, loud enough for her recording to catch. She tried to flip into tears. "Why are you doing this to me?" I didn't argue. I grabbed my keys and walked to the door. Behind me, she hissed, "My dad will bury you." I looked back once and said, "Tell him to listen to the whole recording." Then I walked out, locked my truck, and from the driveway I sent the audio and screenshots to my lawyer and to Thomas and drove away. Now her friends are calling me cold for recording her. Was I wrong?